Join us now for Education Matters, a weekly look at the real people and real stories in education across North Carolina.
Welcome to another episode of Education Matters presented by the Public School Forum of North Carolina. I'm your host, Keith Poston. The new U.S. Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, made a name for herself in national education circles as a champion for state-level efforts to provide taxpayer-funded vouchers to send children to private, mostly religious schools. North Carolina is one of 13 states with such a program, the Opportunity Scholarship Program. Today on the show, we're going to take an initial look at this program, including how it's funded, what schools participate, and how the state oversees it. Like every week, before we tackle the main topic, we open with our segment we call Edlines, a quick scan of education headlines across North Carolina and the U.S. Last week, a bill moved through a key House committee in the North Carolina House to address concerns that have been raised by the state's public school systems about new class size ratios that were included in last session's budget. Many school leaders had warned that it may result in budget shortfalls and significant cuts in teaching positions like in arts and PE to make up for what has been called an unfunded mandate by the General Assembly. We'll continue to track this legislation. The state of North Carolina has a new Help Wanted sign out again for a superintendent to oversee the state's Achievement School District that was created by the General Assembly last year. The ASD, as it's known, will take control of some of the state's lowest performing schools. This is the second time the job has been posted, but now includes a higher salary range of $103,000 to $174,000. More than 50 people from across the country applied for the job when it was first posted last year. A selection committee headed by Lieutenant Governor Dan Forest interviewed dozens of candidates, but no one was ever recommended for the job. A new report out of the Business Roundtable, a national association of business leaders, is calling for more investment in early childhood education. Jim Goodnight, you see on the screen here, the CEO of Cary-based SAS, led a task force, and he says increased participation in early childhood is a key strategy for improving student reading skills and job readiness. Today, North Carolina has funded slots for less than half of the 66,000 children who are eligible for NC Pre-K, our program for at-risk 4-year-olds. Finally, while the nomination and confirmation of Betsy DeVos as U.S. Secretary of Education was certainly cheered by school choice advocates who focus on private vouchers and expanded for-profit charter schools, an unexpected beneficiary may be the U.S. public education system. The DeVos confirmation hearing drove a public outpouring of support for the nation's public school systems, with many being polled saying public schools are essential institutions that need to be strengthened and not weakened. Remember, you can visit the Public School Forum's website at ncforum.org, click Education Matters, and read more about each of these headlines as well as all the other topics we cover each week.